Hi there, and thank you for joining us here. Today we're going to talk a little bit about selling your home as a for sale by owner. My name is Heidi Turner, and I work with Choice Jacksonville Realty in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Just going to tell you a little bit about myself here so that you know I know what I'm talking about. You can read all about you can read my biography at heidi.findjacksonvilleareahomes.com. But just kind of a little bit about my background. I started my real estate career as a paralegal back in 1996, and I worked in a real estate department of a law firm. Gained a lot of experience and knowledge about the real estate market here and about how transactions actually occur in a real estate sales transaction. And after a while, my husband actually kind of got me into the sales bit quite a few years ago, and I became a top producing agent. I did a lot of listings, a lot of sales. My husband and I actually worked together as a team. I became a top producing realtor. And in 2010, I took a position as a CEO for a local real estate company here. Had a lot of success with that. And now what I do today, behind the scenes, I help our agents with the marketing of their listings, and I communicate with buyers and sellers about the best methods of going about a real estate sales transaction. I do a lot of training here. You've probably seen some of my videos out on our YouTube channel. So we're going to jump right into this here today. I've got about 19 years experience in the real estate business, so I've seen a lot of things happen in the Jacksonville real estate market. We've watched, just like any other market, dips in sales, and we had an increased number of foreclosure homes several years back, and we're really starting to see our market turn around a little bit. So the reason I'm talking to you here today is I want to speak to all of you out there who have been trying to sell your home on your own without a real estate agent. There's a lot of different reasons that somebody may decide to sell their home as a for sale by owner. And it could be that, maybe you're totally upside down or underwater and you just think that, hey, I've got to get my house sold, but if I pay a realtor's commission, then, what am I going to be left with anything? Am I going to have to bring money to the table? And unfortunately, we've seen a lot of that happen with the high number of foreclosures and short sales and new construction that's been going on around here in Onslow County over the past 7 years or so. So we really just want to talk to you today about what the advantages are of considering using a real estate agent to help sell your home. So if you're a for sale by owner, then where exactly are you marketing? I want you to just take a minute and think about some of the places that you know. Here in Jacksonville, we've got the Jacksonville Daily News. That's the local newspaper here, and they do have a website. And for sale by owners, a lot of times will, take a nice little picture of their home or maybe write a description of their property, and they'll put it in the newspaper, and they'll put a sign in the yard that says for sale by owner, which has probably triggered a lot of agents either calling you up or knocking on your door to come see why in the world you're trying to do this on your own. Another one of our local websites here, because we are a military community, there's a website out there called militarybyowner.com. Now, if you don't know this already, let me just tell you, militarybyowner.com, it's a great website for sale by owners to place their homes for sale on. However, real estate agents also use this website, and they can go on there and post your home as an agent who is marketing your home. So, they get all of the cool tips and tricks of, where to put your sign in the yard and different little flyer boxes that you can purchase and all too. So altogether, it costs you anywhere between about $80 to $100 to get the tools of those. So where else are you marketing your home if you are a for sale by owner? What kind of coverage is your house getting? Are you really getting the internet exposure that you need? So today we're going to talk about why we do that. Okay, so how much are you really saving if you're a for sale by owner? I want you to take a look at your monthly mortgage payment. Now, I've just based these numbers off of a sales price of $175,000. So let's just pretend for a minute that your monthly mortgage payment, for easy math, is $1,000. And if you're a for sale by owner, chances are your home is going to sit on the market for a lot longer than what it would sit on the market for if you listed it with a realtor. So let's say that your home sits on the market for approximately 10 months. Now, if your monthly mortgage payment is $1,000 times 10 months, that means that you've made about $10,000 in additional payments. And you're likely going to still end up paying a buyer agent a commission just to get your home sold. Because, here's the thing a lot of people don't realize about buyer agents. Buyer agents work for free for the buyer. Now, why would anybody do that? Well, here's the thing. Buyer agents actually do get paid, but the buyers don't pay them in most cases. Now, other states, other communities, other towns outside of our area, that might be the common practice. But in Jacksonville, North Carolina, being a military market, buyers don't ever pay a realtor's commission. If they're getting a VA loan, it's actually outside of the guidelines for a buyer to be able to pay a realtor's commission. So if you want your home to get sold, you're likely going to end up having to pay somebody who's representing a buyer for free, and they're going to, want some kind of commission to show your home. Otherwise, they're not going to show it. So at 3% of $175,000, you're looking at about $5,250 worth of a buyer's agent commission there. So, like I said, most buyers are going to work with a realtor. Now, why are most buyers going to work with a realtor? Well, what do you need to do to look at homes? You have to be able to get in the home, first of all, right? And if you're a buyer and you've got 2,000 homes that are on the market listed with realtors, those 2,000 homes being listed on the market with realtors, you're going to need to get into them somehow. So you're going to need a key to get in. You're going to need access to that lockbox. You're going to need somebody who the seller trusts to go show the house. So they're going to hire somebody who's going to actually take them in and show them to do it. They're going to, or show them how to do it. They're going to put them in their car. They're going to drive them around. Most cases, they're going to get taken to lunch. They're going to have ice cream for their kids in the back seat of the realtor's car. It's just all sorts of benefits of being a buyer and getting that free service from a realtor because they don't pay any of their fees. Realtors also get access to the multiple listing service, which, yes, nowadays just about every property that is put in, on the internet starts at the multiple listing service. So if you're a buyer, you can be searching from Timbuktu, homes for sale in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and you're more than likely going to be able to find it online. The little catch here is you don't always find out all of the information that you need to about that. There's about that property. There's different associated docs that are uploaded into the multiple listing service that realtors only have access to. And you really want to make sure as a buyer that you're getting every little thing that you can. Access to plat maps, access to tax records. And if you're a buyer who doesn't know how to get those things on your own, it's really handy to have a realtor who's working for you for free, at least on the buyer's end, who can access those documents for you. So you're likely going to end up paying some sort of realtor to sell your home for you. Now, I just want to show you a seller net sheet here with a couple of different examples. On the left-hand column, you're going to see FSBO, FSBO, which stands for, of course, for sale by owner. And on the right-hand column, we've got the example using a realtor. Now, let's use our same $175,000 sales price, and let's just pretend for a minute that your loan, let's say you only have one mortgage on the property, that's your first loan here, is $150,000. Okay, so we're taking that right off the top of both sides here. Either way, it doesn't matter if you're a for sale by owner or you're using a realtor, you're going to have to pay off the current mortgage that you have. Now, at Choice Jacksonville Realty, we do things a little bit different around here. We have a very low commission fee, and what you get for your low commission fee, it far outweighs what most other companies and agents are going to be able to give you. So let's pretend as a for sale by owner that a very eager realtor has come by, knocked on your door and says, I've got a buyer who just absolutely loves your home. They saw it on Military by Owner, or they saw it in the newspaper, or we just drove by and they thought the outside just looked great. And you don't have this listed with another realtor, but I really want to show this house because it's going to be the perfect home for my buyer. Would you be willing to pay me a commission? Usually that's going to be about 3%, okay? And we're just going to use that number for kicks and giggles here, but that's a good solid number there to figure off of. So that's going to be based on the purchase price, $175,000 times 3%, comes out to $5,250. Now on the flip side over here using a realtor, you would pay out the total commission. Now, like I said, our fee, very low fee, we have a 4.9% listing fee. Okay, and I'm going to tell you what we do with that 4.9%. So other companies might charge you, 6%, 7%, 8%. I don't know what everybody's charging, and that's definitely not a conversation that I want to get into. But I can tell you right now, we have a very low commission rate, 4.9%. Now, of that 4.9%, do we keep every penny of it? Absolutely not. What happens is we take on the listing agreement with you, and we agree to market your home and to list your home and to sell your home for 4.9%. You don't pay anything up front. What you do is after you get a contract and every inspection has been done and you're all ready to go to closing, when the buyer sits down at the closing table, the attorney who does the title examination and everything else, they prepare what's called a HUD-1 settlement statement. That document is actually getting ready to change into something else, but it will still have the same concept behind it. And what the HUD-1 settlement statement does is it itemizes every single penny that has been spent during the real estate transaction, right down from the buyer's lender fees to what the attorney is going to charge you to prepare the deed and the lien waiver and all of the seller documents. And the other thing that the attorney is going to put on that HUD-1 settlement statement is the realtor's commission of a total of 4.9%. Now, I told you that we here at Choice as a listing agent don't keep that whole 4.9%. When we enter the listing into the multiple listing service, we tell a buyer's agent, hey, we're going to offer you out approximately half of that amount. So we're going to encourage other buyer agents, whether they work with our company or whether or not they work with another company, as long as they have a real estate license, they can get paid part of that commission. So we'll keep the half of that for our listing side, for our marketing expenses, and for our listing agents' time and energies and efforts that they put into it to get your home sold fast, and then we pay out the other part of it to the buyer's agent. So a 4.9% commission on $175,000 is going to be $8,575. Okay, so far we're spending a little bit more money using a realtor, right? All right, let's keep going. So contribution to buyer closing costs. Now, in the buyer's market that we are in, we've been in a buyer's market for quite some time now. Most buyers are asking the sellers to pay most of or all of their closing cost. A good average amount of buyer closing cost, not counting the VA funding fee if they're getting a VA loan, is about $3,500. So I've just taken that on both sides here right off the top of your amount. Now, this is always something that can be negotiated. I'm just using the like figures in here for the purpose of this example. Seller attorney fees. Most attorneys are going to charge a seller a fee to prepare the warranty deed that will transfer title over to the new buyer. And they'll also prepare a few other tax documents and what's called an owner's affidavit or lien waiver that helps the buyer get a title insurance policy. And those are considered seller costs, not buyer costs. Now, a home warranty is also something that can be negotiated down here, and they run anywhere between about $300 to $500. I always like to max out the closing costs here, so you get a better idea of what your bottom line could be. Worst case scenario, everything, then you love me later. Okay, so that's something that can be negotiated, but it is also something that most buyers ask the seller to provide them with a 1-year home warranty on the home. North Carolina excise tax stamps. The way we come up with this $350 figure is we take your purchase price and we divide it by 500, and that is what gets charged to you by the state of North Carolina for the excise tax stamps. Pest inspection. Let's talk about this one here for a minute, because hopefully your fee is not going to be more than $125. Do you have a current termite contract on your home? Because if you do not, and you are a home seller in Jacksonville, North Carolina, or anywhere in the surrounding area, you're likely going to have a buyer that is obtaining a VA loan. Now, on a VA loan, it is considered a seller's expense, not a buyer's expense, to provide a WDIR 100 or a wood-destroying insect report. Okay, so our Jacksonville Board of Realtors attorney has created what's called a WDIR 100 addendum to the contract, which is used in the majority of the offers to purchase and contract in Jacksonville, North Carolina. And what that addendum says is not only will a seller agree to pay for that WDIR inspection report that is non-allowable by the buyer if they're getting a VA loan, but it's also going to say that you will provide them with a good, renewable, current termite contract. Now, when you purchased your home, more than likely, you got a termite contract with your home. And if you have not been keeping up with that every single year, it could cost you several hundred to several $1,000s to get that contract reinstated. So this is really important to sit down with your realtor and figure out how much that's going to cost you if you have let your termite contract expire. But for the purpose of this example, we're just going to talk about the cost of the WDIR. Could be anywhere between about $75 to $125 or $150. Miscellaneous repairs. Now, you see I've got a 0 in here because I don't know what your home looks like. Your home may be immaculate and absolutely in perfect condition and not need any repairs, or maybe you just don't have the money to make repairs. I've seen this figure, be anything as low as a couple of $100s to several $1,000s, depending on how bad your home is, what kind of shape your home is in. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is 2015, because that's the year we're in. 2015 prorated taxes based on a December closing date. Now, everybody has a different tax value on their home, so this figure is absolutely impossible to completely come up with. The reason I've got $1,000 on the FSBO side and $500 on the realtor side is because it's going to take you longer to sell your home as a FSBO or for sale by owner than it is to sell your home with a realtor. So if you sell your home with a realtor and you sell it faster, then you're going to have to pay a less amount in your prorated tax portion. Okay, and we can talk about that a little bit more when we meet. Now let's talk about time on market. This is going to be your mortgage payments made. Now if your home sits on the market for about the average time of 10 months, then that's $10,000 in mortgage payments that you've been paying. I mean, either way, you got to pay for where you live. So maybe you're somebody who got PCS orders and you're already in California or Virginia or wherever, and you don't have anybody in your home, you still have to make that mortgage payment, right? So 10 months on the market equals about $10,000. Now, our average days on market right now in Jacksonville, North Carolina is about 92. So, you're looking at a good 3 months there. That is $3,000 in mortgage payments made if your home sells in about the average time. So let's look at what our bottom line looks like after that. Total encumbrances, that's the $150,000 loan. Total estimated closing costs, that's from the commissions all the way down to the time on market, the mortgage payments that you're going to make, right? As a for sale by owner, you're looking at $20,975, and with a realtor, you're looking at $16,800, which means your bottom line with the realtor means you're still coming out better than what you could be as a for sale by owner. So are you really saving any kind of money by trying to do this on your own? Now, I'm going to show you a few statistics here. This is pulled directly from the National Association of Realtors website. It talks a little bit about for sale by owners. So let's see, these figures are pulled from 2013. So I want to talk about the methods that for sale by owners were using. Yard signs, friends and relatives or neighbors, online classified advertisements, doing their own open houses, for sale by owner websites, social networking like Facebook and Twitter, multiple listing services. Now, there are some areas where you can pay to have your home put into a multiple listing service, and you can actually offer out to pay a buyer's fee. Print newspaper advertisement. Now, I'm kind of the techie guru around here. I'm going to tell you that print advertising is nearly dead. Direct mail flyers and postcards, video marketing, very, very few for sale by owners even have a clue how to do video marketing and do it the right way. And then there's 2% who did other and did no activity to market their home. About 32% did no activity to market their home, which is probably why most for sale by owners end up listing with a realtor later on anyway. So what for sale by owners said some of their most difficult tasks were. Now this was just amazing to me to read this. Understanding and performing paperwork. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not an attorney. I'm not real good at, just formulating a contract out of complete thin air. I don't have a law license to do that. So we've got, a whole set of attorneys that work for the North Carolina Real Estate Commission that actually draft these contracts for us, and then they're kind of fill in the blanks. But in getting your license to become a realtor, you have to understand this paperwork inside and out. What every word of the paragraph says, you can interpret it, you can, excuse me, explain it to your sellers. So if you're a seller working with a realtor, you can understand, or you can know and feel confident that your realtor is going to help you understand what that paperwork says, so that you don't get to the closing table and just be blown away because you signed something that you didn't even know what it was. Getting the right price. Now, if you don't really understand what's going on in your market, pricing your home correctly the first time is going to be a difficult task. How to prepare and fix your home up to sell. What exactly do you need to do to your home to get it to sell properly, to get it to sell fast? What do you need to do to stage your home? What are buyers most interested in, and how does that feedback look like? How can you get the feedback from your buyers? Helping your buyer obtain financing. If you just talk to a buyer off the street, are you going to really know how to guide them and direct them into getting the right loan for this house? Now, maybe your home is in city limits and the loan that your potential buyer was looking at was a USDA loan. And guess what? They can't qualify for your home then if all they can qualify for is a USDA loan, because USDA says that it has to be outside of the city limits. So another thing that for sale by owners said was a most difficult task for them was attracting potential buyers, selling within the planned length of time, and having enough time to devote to all aspects of the sale. Do you have a job? Do you have kids? Do you have things that you need to get done on the weekends? And you just don't have the time that it takes to put into marketing your home. Well, I told you before that my title here was Agent Development and Consultation Manager. One of the things I do very well behind the scenes in my office is I'm kind of the marketing guru here. So for the majority of my day, we're taking our 100+ listings and we're really getting them out there so that they get maximum exposure. And I'm assisting the realtors in doing that, so it's not just one person. Now I want to go back to talking about paperwork here for a little bit. If you're a for sale by owner, did you know that the state of North Carolina says that you are required, whether you are selling with a realtor or you're trying to do this on your own, that you're required to give your buyer this 4-page document called the North Carolina Residential Property and Owners Association Disclosure Statement. Now, I don't have all 4 pages on this slide here, but I'd be happy to email you a copy of this. This document is basically a 4-page questionnaire that you have to say, this is wrong with my property, I've had a problem with this, or no, I haven't had a problem with this, or no, I don't want to give any type of representation to whether or not I've had a problem with my roof or my foundation or whatever. So a realtor can guide you in the best way to answer this form. And it also talks a little bit about the homeowners association that's with there. Now, how do you get this form? Well, more than likely you're going to be able to get this form only through a realtor or through some real estate websites. But it's very important that you make sure that you have this and that you provide this to your buyer. Let's talk a little bit about the marketing plan of Choice Jacksonville Realty. I told you before that our listing fee is 4.9%. That saves our clients thousands. I want you to think about if you were listing with a different company that maybe charged you 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10% or whatever their listing fee is. I want you to think about how much of a difference that could make in what your bottom line is, because if you can save $2,000 or $3,000 right off the top of your commission, that's $2,000 or $3,000 right back there in your pocket. And I'll tell you, I've worked for competing companies before too, and my stance was always, well, you get what you pay for. Well, what I've done since I've come in here to Choice Jacksonville Realty is really make our marketing plan so incredibly fabulous that it's amazing that we haven't raised our 4.9% listing fee, because what we're doing to get our homes marketed is so far above and beyond what other agents are doing out there. So let's talk about the first thing. We have this awesome mall kiosk. It sits right in the center of the Jacksonville Mall in a very high trafficked area, and it is constantly manned by one of our realtors out there at all times. Sometimes there's a couple of realtors out there, depending on how much traffic is going out there. So we have buyers and sellers and potential tenants. It's great for property management too. Stop by this kiosk all the time, because surrounding the kiosk is their TVs and iPads that are constantly scrolling our properties for sale. We keep listing flyers out there so that as people walk by, they can pick up and learn more information about your home. And there's always a dedicated agent on duty who, from the time the mall opens to the time the mall closes, there's always somebody there who can answer questions about your home and to capture their information. So that's very unique to Jacksonville. We're the only real estate company that's doing that right now, and our sellers absolutely love it. If you're watching this video, you're like me and you love YouTube. You love videos. You love getting your information via a video rather than having to read a 30-page blog, because you know who wants to do that anymore. So one of the additional things we do to kind of hype up our marketing for our sellers is we do not the generic, well, let me take that back. We do the generic visual tours that every other real estate agent does, but we go a step further above and beyond that. We actually walk through the home from the outside all the way through, all the way around the home, upstairs, downstairs, check out the closets and everything. And while we're doing the video, we have a licensed realtor who knows everything about this home, who's going to walk the buyer through and show them. So this is really, really great for a military market, because we have a lot of buyers that come in from out of town, like from California and Virginia and all sorts of other places. And they need to find a home and get contracted on it quick. In some cases, they even need to contract on their home before they get here, and they just want something that is move-in ready. Well, you don't have to worry about it, because your home already has a walkthrough tour. They don't have to depend on just the pictures, or if they depend on a friend who lives here to walk through and tell them that it's great. They're still going to have their home inspection, but they've got these fantastic videos that tell all about the home. And on the back end of it, we search engine optimize the heck out of them. So we're really getting them out there, not just putting them on YouTube, but we're actually using those videos in different marketing tools online to get more exposure for your home. So these are fantastic. And of course, there's always, the big old real estate monsters, Zillow and Realtor.com. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I much more prefer organic traffic to paid advertising traffic. However, because we know it's a necessary thing for our sellers to have, we make sure that your home is being marketed on Zillow and Realtor.com, because they are two of the largest marketing real estate websites out there that realtors have access to. So we want to make sure that your property gets the maximum exposure there. And we're going to show you a little bit how people who are looking for properties on Zillow and Realtor.com, how we capture their information, and that way we can make sure and answer all of the questions that they have about your property. Social media is one of my favorite things. It is growing at a rapid rate. And there's even social media avenues out there that people don't even know about. Like, let's talk about Periscope for a minute. Periscope is a sister of Twitter, and it's a live video streaming social media that we take my iPhone out to an open house or to maybe a caravan or something really, really cool, and we're actually live streaming what your home looks like at the moment that we're walking through, and we stream it out to all of these different people. Facebook marketing is becoming huge. Google+, Instagram, Tumblr, which is a blogging site, Pinterest, Twitter, and Blogger, and all sorts of other different blog websites that we make sure your property is constantly on. And we capture those leads using some really cool behind-the-scenes technology. This is just one of our dashboards to a property landing website that we use to market your home. So we actually create lead generation links for buyers to submit their information on. So if they've got questions about the property, they can ask. Your property is going to have a single property website made for it. So if you're living at 123 Main Street and we're listing it for you, then you're going to have a designated website specifically for that home with a video built into it and contact information and everything. You're going to get the virtual tour. We're going to put it all out on YouTube. We're going to keep you updated. Now, this is one of the things I love right here, this e-flyers, print flyers, and reports. Our agents on our team actually keep our sellers updated at least once a week to let them know what's going on. How many people are hitting on the property. Even if nothing is going on with the property, we're going to make sure and we call you. But there's so much activity going on with our listings right now. We have to make sure and keep track of all of our sellers and keep them happy. So that, have you ever felt like maybe you listed with a realtor before and as soon as they walked out of your property with that listing agreement, you didn't hear from them again? And your home sat on the market for 3, 4, 5 months and you got really frustrated and then your listing expired? Well, hey, guess what? If you're one of those people who's had your listing expired, your realtor wasn't doing the proper marketing for it. So we're going to fix that for you. We talked a little bit about social media marketing. Listing landing pages. These are great. These are actual landing pages. We call them squeeze pages where we capture more information. QR codes, yeah, we have them. They're not my favorite thing, but I think they're a little bit outdated. And then, of course, we've got all of these different blogs. Now, you're going to see this list over here that says post to Craigslist. I'm not a huge Craigslist proponent when it comes to real estate. Love finding motorcycles and boats and stuff like that on Craigslist. It's a fantastic place to go buy a great used car. But in the past, there has been, not just in Jacksonville, but all over the place, there's been some Craigslist scammers who go out there and pretend that they own a property. They'll see something online, and then they'll post it to Craigslist and they'll get, somebody to send them money or send them, with a promise to send keys, and then it ends up just not being bad. So we kind of tend to stay away from Craigslist a little bit, and we're using other forms of classified advertising to make sure that our homes are on different classified advertising sites. This is just a sample of what our lead capture website looks like. Now, this slide is actually a little bit outdated as of today's date. This is leads that have been generated just since January 1st of 2015, and this slide was taken a few months ago. But up to date, we have over 4,000 leads that, and we're not even done with 2015 yet. So that's a lot of leads. We make sure that those leads get assigned to a licensed agent on our team, that they're answered in a very timely manner. And I've kind of got everybody's name and phone number blocked out here because, I don't want you to see that. But we capture all sorts of information, whether it's somebody who's really looking to buy, looking to sell, looking to rent, whatever it is that their needs are. But this is a systematic way for us to continue to stay in touch with those buyers who have found your home on the internet and want a little bit more information about it. So this is a really high-tech system. And we also have a dedicated person called an ISA, or an inside sales associate, on our team, who that's all she does all day long from morning until night. She gets on the phone with these different people and makes sure that they're contacted. If the realtor is, let's say, on an appointment, she gets on the phone with them so that your home's buyer lead does not go cold, because MIT did a study recently that said if you don't contact a potential buyer within the first 5-10 minutes tops of them going online and asking for information about your property, the lead goes cold. And how would you feel if your home was sitting on the market as a for sale by owner and you were at work and somebody potentially clicked on your home on, let's say, Military by Owner or jdnews.com, and you weren't able to answer them until after 6 p.m. Well, you'd be pretty sad to know that they probably already clicked around 100 different places on different homes, and they made an appointment with the realtor to go see another house. So we'd hate for you to lose a buyer. This is just an example of what one of our IDEX website pages looks like. It's very, very easy for buyers to use to search properties. The day that this picture was taken, there were 2,402 homes for sale on the market. And of course, there are different ways for buyers to go in here and refine their search. Very user-friendly for buyers. Most of our clients and customers have said that this is one of the easiest, most buyer-friendly, or user-friendly websites when it came to real estate that they've ever been on. You can check it out at www.findjacksonvilleareahomes.com. Play around with it a little bit and see how you like it. So one of the cool things we do here in our office is we have weekly team meetings and caravan tours so that we can keep all of our listings in front of other realtors who are working with buyers looking for a home just like yours. Now, we've got about 27 people on our team who are committed, and I can't even tell you how fantastic they are. They are dedicated to being in this office every single day. We have so much activity going on around here, and they love Tuesday morning meetings and caravans because we all kind of get out, we get to give each other feedback on, hey, you should paint this house or paint this room in this house, or maybe, putting the furniture a different way might show this room a little bit better, or hey, Allison, your seller really needs to get over there and mow that lawn. It's just a really good way for our team to work together to make sure that our listings are looking good, because we all know the two most important things outside of marketing a home is the price, the location, and I'm just going to throw a third one in there, the staging. Those are three really, really important things when it comes to selling a home. You've got to know how to market that home to get it out there so people can see how fantastic your pricing is, see how fantastic your home looks, and see what a great location you have. Okay, so we love our caravans and our meetings where we get to talk about these listings. If you're a for sale by owner, have you attempted to do an open house? And if so, who did you open up your house to? Did you put it in the newspaper? Did you put it on a website? Did you put it on, social media or something like that? If you have done an open house, you may have. I want to know how many people showed up. So, just maybe write in the comments below here. If you are a for sale by owner and you've done an open house, how many people did you actually have show up to your open house? Did you have feedback sheets for them? Were you able to capture their information so you could keep in contact with them? Well, those are just some of the tools that we use at our open house. And realtors love to come to open houses because we have food, we have prizes, we have games, it's all sorts of really good stuff. Now, you may or may not have seen these before. These are called mobile text writers. Every one of our listings has a mobile text writer placed on the for sale sign, and it has a specific code. If you see right here, this says text code 1900 to a dedicated phone number. Now, that dedicated phone number is an agent's phone number, but it's not the actual agent's cell number. However, it is connected to your listing agent's cell phone number. The code is connected directly to your house. If you're a buyer and you just happen to be driving around a neighborhood and you don't really want to get out, maybe it's raining, maybe you don't have enough time to just jump out and make a phone call, and all you want to do is just get some information on this house, you can text that code to that phone number, and immediately you're going to get a text message back with all of the information, the description, the price, the pictures, everything that you could want. But cooler than that, it's great that it provides the buyer, the potential buyer, with all of the information, but it's also going to send our realtor on the team, whoever has the listing, a text message that says, hey, there's somebody sitting outside in front of your house and they just texted this code and you might want to give them a call. By the way, here's their phone number. So it's a really, really great tool for your listing agent, the realtors on our team, to get in front of those people super, super fast. So now I just want to introduce you to our team a little bit here. We've got some really, really fantastic agents. These are all our wonderful agents that know how to list and sell properties like there is no tomorrow. And of course, this is me down here. I'm Heidi Turner, and Jackie, Lois, Monty, Carrie, and Dennis, we all make up the leadership team here at Choice Jacksonville Real Estate. Any one of these agents would be more than happy to help you. And some of them come with 30 plus years experience in this business. So you're not going to find a better group of people. Now, maybe you're not a for sale by owner. Maybe you're somebody who had your home on the market and your listing expired with another agent. And, that can just be a really, really awful feeling. So we'd really love to talk to you too and find out, what we can do to help get your home sold faster and really get it more exposure. As you can see through our marketing plan, we really have just an extensive amount of marketing that we do online and offline. One more thing I want to talk to you about here today is the Working with Real Estate Agents brochure. Now, the North Carolina Real Estate Commission says that it is an absolute must that every licensed realtor goes over this brochure with a potential seller or buyer upon first substantial contact that the agent has to go over this with the seller or buyer upon first substantial contact with that person. Okay, so I'm going to give you a link here down in the description of this video. Here's a copy of what the link looks like. And if you would like to watch a video, it's a 16-minute long video of me explaining what this brochure says, you can visit my YouTube link, which I will also include down in the description of this video. So definitely check it out. If you ever are talking to a realtor and they do not explain this to you before you start giving them all sorts of personal information about yourself, run, because they're breaking the rules. This is very, very important. The Real Estate Commission has put out so many different things, so many different continuing education courses for realtors that every real estate agent that you talk to should be going over this brochure with you before you even start talking about what your needs are. So never, ever, ever work with somebody who doesn't do that. Again, I'm Heidi Turner with Choice Jacksonville Realty. I want to thank you so much, all of you, for sale by owners and expired listers out there who just have taken the time to watch this video, and I'd love for you to give us a call. Our office number is 910-577-1000. My cell number is 910-934-1465, and I'm going to include a few links down here in the description of this video. Want to make sure that you check those out, and also please subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you can get more updates about some market information. I do lots of really great videos about quarterly updates and what's going on with the market so that you can see how your house should be performing. So thank you again. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day.